distinguished platform guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, graduates, and all of you who are here tonight to congratulate and to celebrate and to bring as much to the front to these graduates that they can be successful. I wish all of you the very best. But this evening, as you know, these graduates have received either their diploma or they received a boost in their education so that they can become the success they deserve to be. And you have graduated from one of the best colleges in Canada, the best managed and the finest. But there is one item that we have to discuss this evening, because I know we're here, especially the teachers and the administrators of Anderson College, to help you to really become the success that you deserve to be. And we know when we look at the statistics that out of 100 graduates, 80 will simply just continue passing by. 20 out of 20, 17 will be successful, and 3 will be super successful. So the question will be, Anderson College wants all of you, all the people on the platform here want all of you to be the best you can possibly be and to succeed in whatever field of endeavor you decide to go into. But how do they possibly do that when we know that there is an 80-20 rule, that 20% will do very well, and out of the 23 will do super well, but the 80 will just pass by, just continue going. The point then being, what does it take to get into this 20% category? What does it take to be even better than a 20% category? What would it take to be amongst the first 3? And so I guess the idea would be, what's the difference between Edward here, or Sharina, or Ismail, or Rena? What would be the difference between you being really successful and structuring your future and determine your destiny the way you want, the kind of life that you wish to be lead? And so we know that throughout all your educational endeavors and all throughout your youth and up to age 6, you downloaded essentially everything you could possibly take in, and that will later on, of course, determine your future forever until you die. That tape that you're downloading when you get to be below 6 years old, that tape is playing right now, and if that tape is negative, there won't be very much you can do about it to be a successful person. So what we've got to think about is, how do we change this tape in ourselves? How do we change all this negativity, the negativity that came from some teachers, some parents, certainly in the schoolyard, from everywhere? We know, we talk to ourselves, even today, our psychologists will tell us something very interesting. 70% of your self-talk is negative. Wow, 70% when you talk and look yourself into the mirror, when you sit in the car, or when you're looking for a job, or whatever, 70% of what you think is somehow negative. How do we begin to change that? And we know that every time you think, every thought that you feel, every emotion that you let go through your mind, everything happens to you, will structure your future, will determine your destiny. We know that. There is a direct link between your health and what you think. There's a direct link between where you are and where you deserve to be. There's a direct link of how you think and the environment that's being structured around you. And so what I'm saying to you today, you have underestimated yourself. In fact, not just you, even your parents, even the teachers, all of us have underestimated ourselves because we can be better and reach our potential. I don't think there's one person amongst you who probably doesn't think I can become better. There isn't one teacher here in this platform who doesn't think he can become a better teacher and reach a higher potential. That is what we're here for. That's one of the purposes of life, to reach as high as we can possibly reach. And so, my friends, I always use one example from, especially the one that has to do with psycho-cybernetics. It's a book that was written by Dr. Maltz, and what he has done, in fact, he's taken some of the young women who had some deformity, and he made them into the most beautiful persons, specimens of the human race. He made them great, and yet he found that 20% out of the 100, 20% out of 100 did not live the lives of beauty queens. And here they were, the nicest, the best, the wonderful models that you could possibly think of, and the men were just running after them. And yet what he did as a plastic surgeon, he made them into fantastic human beings that we would think they deserve to be in the modeling agencies. And so he discovered that a lot of them did not live up to what they now look like. In other words, there was a difference between the outer experience, the outer image that they had, and the inner image that they had. In other words, their self-image did not permit them to live the life that they wanted to live. And so it is with us. Each one of us, however we come through to Anderson College, each one of us who ever come through this great big struggle, because I know that some of you had a problem in terms of learning how to speak English, came from a totally different country, and now you're graduating. Congratulations. Think about the problems that you've had to sit here today and put on this robe and put on the cap and say, I've graduated. What a wonderful, courageous thing you've done. I mean, it's a base from which you start out from. But now you take the next step. Now you take the next step because you can not only become better, but you can fulfill this potential that I know is in you. But how do we possibly do that? We know that, give me a quick example. Here's a man right here who takes me to my garden in Sutton, Ontario. My mother left me with a couple of houses and a beautiful garden. And after 3 years of not doing anything with the garden, I guess you know what this garden looked like, because under her administration, it was a beautiful fruit trees. It's beautiful. 3 years took it. 3 years went by, and when I went to the garden, guess what happened in this beautiful garden my mother had? It was chaos. It was overrun by weeds. And so what I'm saying to you is simply this, and I wish you would listen carefully to this, that your mind and your life, and especially your mind, is like a garden. It is like a piece of soil. A soil. Anything, if you don't watch, that goes into the soil, turn on the television, anything that will respond. The soil will always respond. So what you've got to do is to ensure that the seeds that go into your daily life are seeds of affirmation, of life, are seeds of I want to be better, are seeds of I can become better, and not the belief system where people can say you don't deserve this, even if you were a kid. Or they could say you're not fast enough, you're not white enough, you're not big enough, you're bald, you don't have enough hair. When you think about all of that, the negativity, you know, and it's all in you. It's coming day after day after day. Wherever you turn things on, it's negative. Even the television, and even the beautiful view that we have right now of the Olympics. Even there, they talk about the negativities all over the place. So if our life is like a garden, if our life is like a beautiful garden where you put in your seeds, you've got to watch what you put into this garden because it will grow. It has to. It is life. It is the way things are. Whatever goes into this soil, whatever goes into this mind of yours, it will sprout. So why not put in the beauty and the life and the courage that you showed to be graduating? Why not continue in that same stream where you have continued already? And I know that this system also works in terms of healthcare, because I've written a book. And even Miguel said about Toronto's Many Faces, but the most recent book is called Radiant Health. And it tells about the revolution that takes place between medicine and the mind and the body. And here it really goes, that every emotion you feel, every thought you have, shifts into a command to your cells. They're neuropeptides. Every emotion is a neuropeptide. The neuropeptide goes through three systems: the glandular system, the nervous system, and the immune system. And from there it goes into every cell of your body. Imagine that. Every emotion you have, every thought you have that is emotive, releases a neuropeptide, and the neuropeptide goes through every cell in the body, and not only that, but it tells the body, it tells each cell, each emotion tells each cell what chemicals to produce. Isn't that something when you think about it? And we have a video, and the video shows that if you have a jealous thought, and I know most of you can identify with that because most of us have been jealous. I know that some teachers have been jealous. I know that. But if you ever had a jealous, I know you've never had a jealous thought, right? Just raise your hand up. I want to see those people who never had a jealous thought. Let me see those hands. There's one person there, I don't know what her name is, but she says she never had a jealous thought. What is your name, young ladies? Please stand up. You never had a jealous thought? You're like, I want to see how you're married. Okay, now I want to ask you something. Tell me the truth, please. How many of you did have a jealous thought? Raise your hand. I did. If none of them in the front row had ever a jealous thought, what's the matter with you? Did you ever have an envious thought where you said, well, somebody was better, and I think I can be just as good? How many had that thought? Raise your hand. What's the matter with you people? No, nobody's really jealous here. Nobody's a bad thought. It's all positive. That's great. I've come to the right place. But the issue is here that everything that you think goes into the body. No doubt, we have the videos from the Harvard Medical School. And not only that, but from your body, whatever emotions you have, it goes not just into the body, but it also goes into the field. And what's in the field? The field is your future. The field is a matrix where everything is being recorded. You have to imagine how powerful you really are in your life, and we're just giving it away by this negativity that's surrounding us, when you would think that our thoughts could be so powerful as to tell the cells of what chemicals produce. Imagine how powerful you would be to ensure that there's a better future out for you. Because I know all the teachers and the operators of Anderson College are here to help you and take the next step. And so, my friends, the conclusion to all of this is simply this. We know that you have a responsibility. And your responsibility is not just to your families, but your responsibility is not only also to your parents, but your responsibility is basically to yourself to become the best. But how do you do that? And so, the tape I was talking about earlier, the tape that's playing in your mind with all the negative thoughts that are coming at us, the tape must be changed. The tape can be changed through auto-suggestion, a suggestion to yourself by yourself. You look yourself in the mirror and say, I can become better. I can do this. I can get this job. And forget about all this negativity. Then there's imaging. You image yourself. You believe already that you've got this job that you want. And so, my friends, it is an idea. We live by ideas. And you here today have the basis from which to take the next step. And that is why it's important that you've graduated. You've graduated because you've had the courage. You've graduated because whatever was in your life that struck you back, that held you back, that made you think, why should I not or should I do it? Whatever happens is you're here today and you're graduated. And that means that the parents and the people that will be supporting you are very proud of you. I know that everyone from Anderson College is proud of you because of what you've accomplished. You graduated today. And so, I want you just to remember about this responsibility that you have, because you can not only do it, you can not only become better, but what you can accomplish, you can show the rest of the world what you're made of. And within you lies a higher potential. Within you lies the next step of success. And so, my friends, I not only wish you well, but I know when you think that your mind is the garden and that you have to watch what you put in there, I know that idea alone will bring you a lot of success. And together with this school, Anderson College, together with the teachers and your parents, you will take this next step and to be the success that you deserve to be. Congratulations.